Good evening. This is Mountain News at 6. I'm Steve Hensley. Governor Andy Beshear just wrapped up his first briefing since Friday. Today he announced 387 new cases of COVID-19 in the state and 3 new deaths. Now this during the last 3 days, so 3-day total there. Since early March, 8,951 Kentuckians have contracted the virus. The death toll now sits at 394. Also during the briefing, Governor Beshear addressed the controversial effigy of himself that was hung from a tree outside of the governor's mansion over the Memorial Day holiday weekend. The governor gave a heated response, criticizing politicians who supported the group and accusing the group of provoking terror. He added that he would not back down to intimidation. He said he would not be bullied or afraid. And he said he called this act of hate wrong, vile, and evil. We plan to have much more on his reaction on this coming up tonight at 11. The CDC says hundreds of thousands of Americans could have contracted the virus in the last few months and may not even know it. Now, Primary Care Centers of Eastern Kentucky is offering new COVID-19 antibody testing. WYMT's Dakota Makris takes us through the testing, and he begins our coverage from Hazard.
A simple finger prick and results in minutes is all it takes to learn if you have been exposed to the coronavirus.
If we have someone who tests positive for IgM, which would indicate an acute infection, anyone who shows positive for IgG, which would indicate a past infection.
Health experts estimate that around 35% of people infected with the virus don't show any symptoms. Thousands of Americans are not only wondering if they had the virus, but if they may have caught it in the past without even knowing it. The new antibody test at Primary Care in Hazard can help them figure that out. This is what you do. Drive up and staff comes out to you.
1, 2, 3.
And how long do I wait?
5 minutes, and the results will be out, and then the provider will come out and go over the results with you.
It has a 94% sensitivity, which is really good.
The finger prick tests are sent to other labs to double check the results.
Everything's presumptive until actual confirmation is done. So to me, that's good.
Tests also help experts get answers to people who reported symptoms of COVID-19 earlier in the year.
Have shown positive for IgG, which would indicate a past infection. So it could go back to that point. Again, we're waiting on confirmation.
Helping contact tracers track the spread of the virus as many states continue to reopen.
If there's been a lot of people in our community who have antibodies already, then it makes it a little bit safer to open up and makes the risk less.
In Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
I had my own test over the weekend. Pleased to report both were negative. Since I publicly stated I thought I might have had it back in December, but both were negative. The test is available at the Hazard location of Primary Care and is open to everyone. It is $135, which is covered by insurance. If you do not have insurance, Primary Care Centers can assist you in getting temporary insurance.
And we've been dealing with some scattered showers and storms. I just heard thunder outside of my window. So they've just kind of been those pop-up storms, not as slow as they have been the past couple of days, but could be a little bit on the stronger side. First, we'll take you up, though, to a few of those cameras as we can see kind of those gloomier conditions starting to move in. US 119, US 23 in Jenkins, not looking too bad. They have definitely been on the drier side for today, but looking outside that front porch, gorgeous shot. Check out that rain starting to fall across parts of Perry County and here even in Hazard. So you are seeing those gloomy conditions in the mountains, and they're going to stick around heading into tomorrow. Some stronger storms starting to pop up here and there. You can see that downpour that's moving into parts of Perry County that we just saw on that front porch camera. And as we zoom in, you can see how these storms have been moving over the past 45 minutes or so. They are still on the slow moving side, but not as bad as yesterday. Of course, don't have any type of warnings out. Continue to keep an eye on this. Just seeing some general thunderstorms, though, moving throughout the area. Temperatures expected to drop into about the low to mid 60s tonight. Clouds will continue to increase, especially heading into your Wednesday. We'll take a look at that Wednesday forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, also heard some thunder here at the station just a moment ago. Heavy rain washed away cars, bridges, and homes on Sunday afternoon. Isolated flash flooding happened in just minutes near the Knott-Perry County line. WYMT's Connor James shows us how the folks along Clear Fork Road in the Lotts Creek community are still a long way from rebuilding.
This is what heavy rain over the span of an hour caused in Knott County.
It just happened within minutes.
That building you're looking at is hung up on a bridge as the rushing waters swept it away. It's not just a building, though. It's Margaret and Oscar Grigsby's home of 40 years. Now she lives with her niece.
We lost everything we had except the clothes and shoes on our feet.
In what Margaret calls a few minutes, the stream behind her house became a river.
It just happened so quick you didn't have time to even think.
Her son carried her from the building as the floodwaters rose.
They got out and a log hit them on the leg and jerked them under.
She lost sight of them momentarily until a neighbor helped pull them from the water. Like the flash flooding, it all happened so quickly.
I didn't even see him. So to me, God sent. That's what I'm saying. He was God sent.
Thankfully, the family made it out safe. Her home, though, is gone. All that's left standing are a few cinder blocks and her front porch.
Well, it looked like a dead burned ocean coming out here, man.
The destruction is evident in the community. Lloyd Gayhart's property is also flooded.
And the yard was full of water.
A car that sat right here was washed nearly a quarter mile downstream.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This area has flooded before, but the damage this time...
It wasn't nothing like this. No way.
As the mud and debris are moved, the community cleanup is a reminder for Margaret's niece that they are in this together.
Everybody on Lotts Creek has been damaged from this, some way or some form. And everybody I know is thanking God that everyone is safe, no one was hurt.
In Knott County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, if you're looking to help donate to the family that lost their home or looking for ways just in general, you can call the Lotts Creek Fire Department at 606-438-3001. They are storing and accepting donations there. Margaret's grandniece, Whitney Gayhart, is also collecting supplies for the family. Well, over the weekend, a road collapsed with a car on top of it on State Highway 267 in Perry County. The road has been closed for a month, and someone driving a Mazda CX-30 drove on the closed road. The road then gave way, flipping the car upside down. H.B. Elkins with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says if a road is closed, turn around and do not drive through it.
People should not drive past a road closed sign. It is illegal if somebody drives past a road closed sign. And it's also common sense. It's a matter of life and death. If the road is closed, it's closed for a reason, because it's unsafe.
Elkins says they do not know the condition of the driver of that car. Today was the last day to register to vote in the June 23rd primary election. WYMT's Madison Pergram has more on how this election will be a lot different thanks to the pandemic and the options you have to participate.
In a normal election, people usually cast their vote at the ballot box. But this year, due to the pandemic, the June primary will look a little different.
Actually, I've just been through 2 elections since I've been elected, but this one's definitely different. It's just crazy.
Due to safety guidelines, the focus turned to absentee voting. One of the ways to request an absentee ballot is online.
And a lot of people's going online. We checked this morning, and as of 10 o'clock this morning, we had 600 people already request absentees.
With an increased number of absentee ballots, the clerk's office continues to fill the requests.
We have to process it and send everything back to them, and it's just taking a slow process now, because we're kind of short on employees. They're giving us so much money to hire 4 people, so that's going to help with the process of getting everything done.
And if mailing in a ballot is not for you, there is another option.
June 8th through June 22nd, and you can come in here and vote, but you have to make an appointment. And a lot of people are already calling and making appointments because they want to do it in person.
For all the ups and downs of this election cycle, Perry County Clerk Wayne Napier says they will work together to make Election Day a success.
I've talked to a lot of the other clerks that's new also, and they're in the same boat I'm in. So actually the older clerks are in the same boat also, so we'll get through it.
Ensuring everyone is able to cast a ballot. In Perry County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
If you do not want to request an absentee ballot online, you can call the clerk's office to request one. Napier says that on Election Day, there will only be one precinct open for in-person voting in Perry County, and that will be at Perry Central High School from 6 a.m. until 6 p.m.
And scattered storms are popping up right now, and we'll continue to see those heading into really the rest of the week. I'll have a look at that forecast coming up.
And how one Eastern Kentucky tourist attraction is holding up during the pandemic.